Okay, so this is Griffey. So those of you that have followed her for a while, feel free to skip this one. It's just her backstory. She's got so many new followers now that they've been asking about her history. So we wanted to do an updated one. And yes, we had to put a towel. We got a coffee table. We got rid of the old one. It was yeah, been through too many rescue dogs chewing it up, but it was chewed up. So a friend of ours gave us a new coffee table, but it has glass, and she gets a little freaked out about the glass. So put a towel on it. She seems to be doing better. But anyway, this is Griffey. So we foster for Florida Parrot Rescue here in Florida, and we volunteered to rescue her back in, I believe it was July of 2019. Yeah, right around July of 2019. And we'd had her for Maya was our first foster failure, but Griffey came in right after Maya, about a month after Maya. And so she came in, and she, we spent time with her. We heard about her story. We talked to the lady that turned her into the rescue. And so I'm going to give you a little bit of a backstory. So, and I'm not going to say anybody's names because I don't know how comfortable people feel, but Miss T loved Griffey to death. So we're going to start there, and then we're going to go back. She found her at a pet store. So I'm going to go back from there based on the story she was given by the pet store. So she had an original owner who apparently loved her very much, and he passed away, and she was passed around from family member to family member, and they really nobody wanted her, nobody knew what to do with her, and put her in a teeny tiny little cage, basically like a travel carrier sized cage, which is not healthy for them. Put her in the dark, would throw things at her. The only time she had any kind of interaction was being fed or watered.
Fed the wrong food.
Yeah, she was fed the wrong. She was on a seed diet, which is horrible for birds. Seed is not what they need. They need all kinds of different stuff. Yeah, I know, Griffey. But anyway, so they got tired of her screaming down in the basement, and she was literally in the dark. Threw her out on the back porch, and she had no toys and one perch. And it was like if you know what a dowel rod is, it's literally like a cylindrical piece of wood. It comes with every parrot cage, but it's not good for their feet. It's not natural. If you look at what birds sit on in the wild, it's, they've got, gnarls and knots on the wood, and it's not good for them. They get problems with their feet if they're on a smooth wooden dowel. So you have to have stuff that is actually more like tree branches than a dowel. So anyway, she was kept in that, and outside by herself, no attention, and she kept screaming. So another family member picked her up, took her to a pet store, and dropped her off, where she sat for a year. Nobody paid attention to her. From what I understand, what I was told was that they kept her covered because she was screaming all the time. Which, of course, they're going to do that because they want attention. They're very social creatures, and they want attention. They want to be spent time with. So they threw a towel over her and just ignored her. And then Miss T came in and saw her and asked about her. And they were like, yeah, well, the owner said we got to get rid of her. So she took her, and she just fell in love with her. And, from what Miss T tells me, it was probably the first time she's ever been held in years. So she took her home. She had her for, I believe, around 2 years. And then Miss T's mother got, I don't remember if it was dementia or Alzheimer's, but she started spraying stuff around the house and opening windows. And Miss T just felt it was safer for Griffey to go into a rescue because she didn't want something to happen to Griffey. So that's when she came into Florida Parrot Rescue. And we volunteered to foster her, and we had her about 2, maybe 3 months, Caleb, is that right? Yeah, about 2, maybe 3 months, and we just fell in love with her. And we ended up adopting her. People have asked us, how did you know she liked music? We just happened to have music on one day,
I think it was a cookout.
It might have
a
been.
cookout or a boil, or it was something that we had music on, and this bird just went crazy.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't know. I mean, I think it was after we adopted her that we figured out that she liked to dance. And we had music on. I mean, she just went banana whackers. And for those of you that don't know what banana whackers means from other countries, she went crazy. I mean, she was like, oh my gosh, this is the greatest thing in the world. So that's how she ended up with us. She sees an avian vet at least twice a year, sometimes more depending on how long her beak and nails have gotten. And she's actually due. She needs to get her nails and her beak did. She's long overdue. Well, not long, she's due. But her and Maya both need to go in and get their nails and beaks trimmed this month. But this is Griffey, and this is her. And she's a Goffins Cockatoo. I think they're called she's from Indonesia, but they call them I can't remember the name of the bird. Can't remember what they call Camillas or Camarillas or something like that down there.
I'm not 100% sure.
They call them a different name down where her species is from, but up here we call them Goffins Cockatoos. But for those of you who freak out,
Australian.
well, they're from Indonesia, but for those of you who freak out about Daddy doing this with her, if anybody has ever owned birds, a bird will not allow you to do this unless they trust you 100%. To put any animal on its back and make its belly vulnerable, they have to trust you to allow them to do that, to allow you to do that. And she won't let me do it. And she'll bite my face off before she'll let me do it, but she just loves Daddy. When we first got her, I could do all this with her. And then she just decided that Caleb was going to be her human. And after that, I'm allowed to feed her, and I'm allowed to clean her cage, and occasionally I'm allowed to give her a scritch. But other than that, I have to sit here and watch from afar. Isn't that right, Goo-Goo? Yeah, isn't that right, Goo-Goo? Yeah. Say hello to all your new fans.
Mama.
Say hello to all your new fans. Yeah. Say hello. It's nice to meet everybody.
Huh?
You say, huh? Huh?
Mama.
You're not going to talk? You're not going to talk?
Mama.
Oh, there she goes. Oh.
Her
Woo!
signature move. There she goes. Woo!
There you go. Head banging. Oh, and there's Bruno. Bruno had to chime in too. Anyway, this is Griffey. That's her story. So, welcome to Griffey's tribe. Oh, don't bite Daddy.